Hayden, obviously your decision's already been made, but what went into announcing it then and then going out and saying I'm still going to play and still being a part of this team throughout the bowl game?
It's just something me and my dad had kind of talked about. I want to finish what I started. I never want to sit out a game. I just don't think I have that in me. I don't think I could do that and live with myself. But like I said, I just wanted to come in, work hard, and not really take anything away from the season. I wanted that to be after the season, after we finished our games up and finalized the bowl decision. But yeah, I just didn't want to take anything away from the team.
Has practice been any different with Coach McClendon kind of running the show and really without Coach Roper?
Nah, it's all been the same. It's the same system. We haven't really changed a whole lot. He just wants us to get lined up and execute at a high level. I think that's just the key. You got to execute at a high level.
Hayden, you've done this before, obviously last season, but what's the biggest challenge, trying to be able to get back into the swing of things after having such a long layoff?
For me, it's just, I would say it's blocking. The physicality. When you take a couple weeks off, it takes a few hits, a few periods of practice to get back into the swing of it. But by like the first practice and you're 3 periods in, it's the same old, same old.
Hayden, how sweet would it be to win your last game, a bowl game, to get to 9 wins just 2 years after the team went 3-9?
Yeah, that'd be huge. It'd be a huge statement for this program and where Coach Muschamp is going to take it. I think I'd be the 7th team in school history with 9 wins. So I feel like that'd be huge for him and where he wants to take this program.
Hayden, Jake's numbers were okay for the season, but the last 3 games he threw, I think, 7 or 8 picks. How have you seen his confidence, and how has how has he been able to keep it on an even keel throughout these past few games?
I think the biggest thing with him is just kind of freeing him up. I think sometimes we put a lot on Jake. We don't realize that he's a 19-year-old kid. It's a lot of pressure being a SEC starting Division I quarterback, but I think he did pretty well. I love the kid. I love how he competes. And I don't think I could do his job, so I never want to take anything away from what he's done. But he's an impressive kid, and he's only going to get better.
Hayden, did you have anybody try to sort of talk you out of or rationalize to you that you should skip the Outback Bowl?
I've kind of heard some things, but like I said, I wouldn't be able to live with myself if I sat out a game when I was fully healthy and able to compete. It's not my DNA. I'd never do that.
Do you have an insurance policy?
I believe I do. I'd have to ask my dad. I know he and compliance have that all figured out.
And what are your post-bowl plans as far as, preparing and working out for NFL draft?
I believe I'm going to go to Jacksonville a week after the game, just kind of, decompress a little bit, and I'm going to go down to Miami and start my training down there on January 8th, I believe.
Going to be a bunch of tight ends trying to, fill in for you when you're gone next year. Just your thoughts on some of those guys and what they'll bring to the table for this offense.
Yeah, that's as competitive a group as we have on the team. I love competing with those guys. I love playing with those guys. They're like my brothers. Jacob, knows the system well. He's been in it for 2 years now. KC, you got Kiel Pollard, Evan Hinson. There's a lot of athletes in that room. You got Kyle coming back off injury. So, after I leave, it's still going to be in pretty good shape. Those are some good competitors, and, I'll be looking forward to seeing what those guys do.
What were some of the qualities about Jake that led you and your teammates to vote him as a team captain?
Just his work ethic, and the guy catches a lot of heat because, you always play the blame game. You got to blame the quarterback, but he's one of the hardest workers I've ever seen in my life. He gets in there with me and tries to compete with me still to this day, and, the kid's, he's just an awesome guy. He's easy to get behind, and, he's just going to take this program to pretty good places.
Hayden, with everything getting with everything going on right now, getting ready for the bowl game, and then right after that, you get ready for the NFL draft. You get ready for, obviously, the Senior Bowl. How do you take it one day at a time? Because obviously it seems cliche to say, oh, you know, you just look at it one day, but how do you put all that to the side?
I think that's kind of where I take my baseball experience. You know, that's been as bad as it was, and as much as I hated it, it's kind of been good for me. You know, I don't take anything for granted, and like you said, as cliche as it sounds, I do try to live just day to day. You know, I try to give everything that I have in my body every single day for this football program. You know, to represent my family. I think that hopefully will lead me in the right direction.
Hayden, 2 questions. Quick one first. The one-handed grab, man, the video you posted, what's the coolest reaction you've gotten to that?
The best one that I saw, Debo's reaction. You know, he kind of dropped his crutch there. That was pretty funny to see him do that and react. KC's reaction, too, if you follow him in the video, he started over by the pylon, like ran to the end zone, and then came back over, to where everybody kind of mobbed me. But it was pretty cool.
And then on a more serious note, as you progress towards the draft and you start to think back on this experience that's wrapping, what is this university, what is the team wearing the Garden in Black meant to you from transitioning sports to now creating a future as a potential pro in that sport?
Like I said kind of in my post, I owe everything that I've become to this university. I came on as a walk-on. Not many people knew who I was. I had a dream, had a vision, and I worked every day to try to make it happen. And Coach Muschamp and his staff came in here and gave me an opportunity. I kind of ran with it. But I love this city. This place completely changed my life. It's gonna be really hard leaving on Friday because that's kind of the last day. I got my stuff all packed up, but it's gonna be hard. But I love this place.
Is there an NFL tight end you feel like you're comparable to?
I've heard some stuff about Greg Olson. That guy's pretty good. I don't want to say that I'm Greg Olson just yet. I think I've got some work to do, but I just want to get in there and learn. Whatever team decides to take me, wherever it may be, I just want to get in there and learn. It'll be my 3rd full season of football playing tight end, so the sky's the limit.
Hey, you touched on it a little bit already, but the experiences of being a minor league baseball player, kind of a tough life. Did that make you more determined to be a success here playing football?
Absolutely. I got into professional baseball. It's kind of naive, I'm sure, as every 17, 18-year-old kid is. I figured I'd be pitching in PNC Park in 2 years, but it's not really how it worked out. Ran into some trouble, just couldn't really piece success together at that level. And looking back on it, I'm thankful for what happened because it gave me the work ethic that I have today. Pretty hard times for 3 years, but it led me to this place and it completely changed my life.
Hayden, how much do you think the offense can change with Coach McClendon in charge?
I think it'll be huge. BMAC just brings a sense of confidence that we need. I think we, for some time now, have been searching for a bit of an identity as an offense, and I think he has a pretty good philosophy on how he wants to run things and how he wants things done. I think that'll be really good for this team.
Are there any ways that you sort of see that philosophy being different than Coach Roper's?
It's kind of, he preaches the same. When he came in, a week ago, and kind of had a team meeting, and it's the same thing that Coach Roper put up on the board, the same PowerPoint. He just wants us to execute everything at an extremely high level, and he's not letting anybody get away with anything. He wants us to line up and run the plays how he wants them run. I think that'll be good for everybody. Having a new voice at the helm, it'll be good for everybody.
You and the offense had so much success in Birmingham last year in the bowl game. Is it something you could draw on, compare to, and put into this offense as you guys plan for this next upcoming postseason matchup?
Yeah, that's something, to look back on. It's a little bit different defense in Michigan, but I think the biggest thing is just freeing everybody up, freeing Jake up and letting him just kind of let it rip out there. I think that'll be huge for everybody. Having BMAC, calling plays and dialing stuff up, and Coach Bentley having a voice, it'll be fun.
Mr. Hurst, go.
Thank y'all.
Thanks.